Hello and welcome, and I'd say other stuff, but really nobody watches this stream anyway, so what's the point? So, last session, end of last session, Danny is in a top hat on top of a big pig in Scunthorpe, and
yes,
Mistress Cunniligula has just tossed a grenade into the top hat and closed the door. Everyone, please roll for initiative.
That doesn't sound good.
13.
I need dice.
That would indeed
I need
help.
to get my
Yes.
character sheet up again
Character sheet.
because I had my character sheet up and then I had to reboot. So
Nice to know you're all ready.
well, I was up until the computer decided not to cooperate.
Things have fallen apart.
I mean, your frame rate's good, so
Oh, hello, Steve. We have one
Hello, Steve.
viewer.
Hello, Stephen.
Ooh, it's a record.
It's D10 plus reflexes.
Yeah.
That'll be 9 in total then. Because I can't roll for toffee.
I can't roll.
We'll try rolling for initiative instead, because it's not actually a toffee roll.
Well, I could have said a much stronger variant of my inability to roll, but I thought I would try and keep my language at least family friendly for the first 30 seconds. But
Oh, this stream is not for children, so if you're a child, fuck the fuck off.
Class.
other
we go.
and just so that we're not seen to be biased, other expletives are available.
Cunt titty fuck wank.
Yes, come to the fuck wank. Oh dear.
Okay.
Luckily, the
In
English
before
language doesn't
you.
pass very well on Google's things, so it doesn't actually automatically apply the adult filter.
Yes, especially if it's my accent.
However, if I say cunt titty fuck wank,
Oh dear.
that's it, we're banned. So Twitch next week.
Well, I mean, we do state at the start and have stated every session that this is, this particular scenario system is not for children.
Okay,
This is
so
for
I've
for an immature but older audience only.
waited several minutes for Kevin. He hasn't managed to deliver initiative roll, so I'm going to put him on initiative
I
0.
said 14.
Did you? Did you? Oh, I missed that.
Look, your volume
I was-
is really quiet, to be fair.
It is actually really quiet.
I don't know what the fuck's going on at the moment, so
Is it the gin?
Could be. Okay, so my apologies for that. Well, no, I refuse to apologise. What am I talking about?
That's the thing, you never apologise.
I don't think I need to,
It's
frankly.
too late to apologise. It's too late. Hey,
And that's why you all lost 18 hit points. Sorry, did you not hear?
18.
Okay, right. So the first person to act leaps off a pig and out of sight, but meanwhile her grenade explodes. Oh, I need the rulebook on grenades open because honestly I have no idea. So I maybe should have come in a little better prepared, but you don't expect professionalism on this stream. So what we're trying to say, we'll go for that. That one's only 3d10. Yeah. 21 damage on you, please, Danny. And the top hat
fuck.
Has now exploded out the top. It's kind of like a pressure explosion inside.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, maths. I can't do maths.
What's the number you're deducting 21 from?
33 take away 18.
What? Why? Oh, because of armor
15.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah. 15.
15? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now, just for, like, we briefly had a second viewer, but I think we scared them away with our adult content. Just for the benefit of Steve, so you're aware as to what's going on. Ronnie is sober.
So, Stephen,
Oh, my.
as you and I are old enough to remember Sesame Street in its prime,
I
three-
remember Sesame Street, thank
three
you.
of these things belong together. Three of these things are kind of the same, but
Oh,
one of these things just doesn't belong here.
and it's not 'cause you're
I
so-
watched Sesame Street a lot, thank you.
Now it's time to play our game.
So yes, there's a pressure explosion inside a pewter top hat within which Danny McGee is standing. Danny, you've lost some hair.
Yes.
Your
I
clothes are
realised.
tattered. So you have 0 looking good right now.
Like I didn't have any looking good beforehand, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. I'd just like to keep you abreast of these things. You smell a little bit of sulfur as well.
Mhm.
So your smelling good is also 0.
Like that's an actual skill.
It's not. But you're welcome. I'm giving you a skill at 0. And yeah, she leaps off the pig, but she goes sort of the far side of one of the legs of this gigantic pig. So, Kevin, you are at a different side of the pig, and you've just seen the hat explode. Weren't you talking to the depressed tour guide, weren't you?
Was I?
I think so. Like,
You were
yeah.
definitely on the ground when I leapt up and tried to climb up the pig.
Yeah, it was just Danny inside the pig, or inside the pig's hat.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Oh god. This is what you've
Yes.
missed, Ronnie.
Is this your first time in Scunthorpe?
Oh, yeah.
Because you
it is.
seem like a happy bloke.
Well, don't you like it in Scunthorpe?
Most people in Scunthorpe
Well, you can
Spend
always
their
leave, you know. You don't
lives-
have to stay here.
trying to
Now
leave
Yvonne's okay.
Scunthorpe, but it's quite hard when you're this fucking stoned.
Oh, just get on a train or a bus and go somewhere.
Rumour has it that's what happened to all the people with the drive to get up and go somewhere. And
Can-
that's why they're not here anymore.
Can I walk over to him and give him a slap?
Yes, you slap him. He looks depressed.
Fair enough. Okay. If you don't cheer up, I'm going to slap you again.
Okay.
Just leave if you don't like it. Just leave. Go on a boat.
He has a little bit of sick comes out of his mouth and dribbles down the front, and you realise that this sick encrusts over several layers of encrusted sick.
To quote the great philosopher Milton Jones, if you'd like to increase your self-esteem, move to Leeds.
Can't be asked to leave. I'm trying. Like, you
Well,
know,
you can't really care that much then, can you?
what's the point of caring? Everything's so grey. Let's move on to Dale. Now, you've been having a toothache, and actually, you took some painkillers a while ago, and you've been sleeping in the back of, I'm going to assume it's one of Lord British's cars. And you can't roll sanity for that. You've been sleeping in one of Lord British's Rolls Royce that presumably you've driven back from Egypt for some reason other than... Oh, no, hang on a minute. You hired a car, didn't you? Because you flew back and you hired a car.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So you're in the back of a hire car at the moment. You've been asleep. You hear an explosion. You sit up. And as you jolt awake from this explosion, you knock your tooth out that's been giving you grief.
Oof. Ooh. I feel less pain.
You also become acutely aware that the environment you are in is depressing. There is an air of sadness that surrounds you. And as you sort of wonder why you're feeling just so miserable inside down to your core, it's suddenly you see the town sign of Scunthorpe and it all makes sense.
Kevin!
What? What do you want?
Why the fuck are we in Scunthorpe? We've got to get out of here.
Well, apparently it's a nice place. Loads of people come to Scunthorpe.
Yes, but nobody fucking leaves.
I've seen pictures.
Stay here.
I've seen pictures of the beaches. It's packed.
Yes, it's full of people. The only reason they're on the beach is because they're suffering from mass apathy.
Meanwhile, Caligula, after leaping off the pig, has apparently got on her bike and is beginning to drive out of the farm that you are in. This is a surprise to you, Dale. You're apparently in a pig farm. Yeah, she... did I miss Danny? I'm sorry. I'll give you an action in just a moment. But yeah, she's...
I was gonna
She's
say.
beginning to ride out of the pig farm. But even she looks like her shoulders have slumped and her head's kind of not poised properly. And as she rides past your window, Dale, you notice she's twiddling a razor blade in her fingers, and she's obviously thinking about it because Scunthorpe is so bleak. Even though you're only just inside the town limits. You literally can see the town sign there. Danny, your go.
Yeah. Is there a possibility of me leaping onto her and stabbing her with my plasma knife? Or is she too far gone?
I'll say that as she sort of rides past the like she had to get a bike and ride past, so I'll give you that because I want you to be able to do stuff, and I did kind of miss your go. So yeah, you leap down knife first.
That is 3 hits.
Okay.
The plasma knife.
Okay, and she can't use her close defense from a surprise attack from above, so... And she hasn't got any... She's got a psychic shield up. I remember that from last session.
That's weird. I've not got my D4 from that set of dice. Well, okay. So, 11, and 9, 22, 31.
31 damage.
Yes.
Okay.
I hit on all 3 stabbings.
Yeah, so it definitely... What's happening... Oh, hang on. With close quarters, it's a plasma knife, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so that has a certain amount of armor resistance. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. But she's relying a lot on her shield. And I'm just trying to remember, in Corporation, if close combat, do you have to get through the shield? I don't think you do. Isn't it all... Does shield work in close combat? Or maybe it does. I think it does, actually, doesn't it? I can't remember.
One I hit bang on. The other two I made by a certain amount.
Yeah, no, that's fine because she couldn't use her defense
Okay.
because you surprised her with an attack from above.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so now I'm going to apply it on her shield. So yeah, you're hacking away at her shield, her psionic barrier that surrounds her, and you've made an impact on it. Meanwhile, she's tossing around this razor blade in her hands and considering whether she just wants to take her own life here. And she goes, "No, you're supposed to bring me Neil Arthur Tep's penis."
Well, we probably cocked that up.
Not fucking happening, bitch.
Oh, you don't want her back.
Yeah, we do want her back.
Is there any point? Let's be honest.
Well,
There's
we
no
were
point to
rather
any
hoping.
of it.
But you see, we're not giving you the penis because we wanted to shaft you in a kind of different way.
Oh, to be honest, what's the
Exactly.
point? Why bother? I mean,
Because our male vanity, Kevin and I, all of us, our male vanity has been hurt, and we just wanted to make sure that you realised that Neil Arthur Tep's prick cock is not the biggest prick you're going to have to deal with.
We can always do
all
better.
those were. I just can't be asked to listen to them. I think I'm just going to go and sit on that fence over there and look at the grass and maybe eat some. And she gets off her motorbike and just sort of slowly walks over to the fence, looking over the pig farm. You feel this sadness in you as well. You are in Scunthorpe. This is how bad the city is.
This
We're
is
going to have to
fucking
get her here
depressing.
soon before it happens to us.
Hey, well, I've got what we need, but she fucking tried to come in, so shall we go?
The
I
thing is,
feel
you
enough.
could go. Sorry.
I feel part of me just wants to just go lie on the beach and be part of the apathetic
Aye.
masses.
Well, the
And
difference
part
is
of me wants to take this gun and ever so
Scunthorpe
slightly.
Scunthorpe is near a bank of a river, but that's about it. So if we go a bit further east, we'll get to a beach.
That's okay. I just want to take this gun and just put it up against your temple and just ever so slowly
No.
pull the trigger and blow her fucking brains out.
Oh, okay.
Well,
If you really want.
did you think I was meaning my? I mean, I suppose I
Aye.
could kill myself, but I just can't be
No.
bothered.
No.
I can't be bothered. It's just
Nobody is
too much
killing
energy to
themselves.
just. I mean, it's just so much effort to raise the gun and make sure it's at the right angle, and then
Pig
make
farm
sure
tourists.
that the hammer's cocked back, and make sure I'm pressing the trigger properly. And it's just too much effort. I'd just rather kill her.
The pig farm tour guide says, you're definitely like becoming Scunthorpian now.
No, we're fucking not.
You want some ecstasy? It'll make
We
it
will
easier.
never be Scunthorpian.
We're not staying long enough.
Have some ecstasy or some coke or some heroin or some shit.
No, we're getting out.
Or Pepsi.
Pepsi.
We're going to leave.
Weakest thing I've got
Hey,
is like
Leeds. Good
MDMA.
idea. We're going to fucking Leeds.
Let's move to Leeds.
Right, we're going
go
to
meet
Leeds.
some people who are worse fucking off than Scunthorpians.
Is there
We'll at
anyone?
least be able to get something decent in Leeds.
Get laid in Leeds.
So if they're not already in the car, I try and bundle them in the car.
Okay.
I seem to be
Doing
most
this
with it out of the three.
doing this without ecstasy is incredibly difficult. So, could you make a presence plus athletics check, please, to see if you have the willpower to bundle everyone into the car and drive it the 30 meters or so to get back over the town line?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Bang on.
So you just about managed to keep yourself together enough. And the moment you get past the Scunthorpe town sign, immediately it stops raining, the skies clear up, and all the depression just lifts off you. And you're like, oh yeah, we're supposed to be going to Lubersac in France.
I think we need to go to Crazy Kiosk.
Crazy kiosk.
Why do you want to go there? What do you need?
Because I'm pretty sure we can get a guided missile from them.
Probably.
I think I think I speak for everyone that I want to put the entirety of Scunthorpe out of my misery.
I think everybody does. I mean, I was expecting more from her, frankly, but she just sort of got depressed. So I've got the map.
Let's hit France.
Aye, but first, can we please get drunk in Leeds?
We can get drunk in Leeds. I intend to get laid in Leeds.
Good.
Okay, so you're going to Leeds.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
Too
so you
far
go
away,
for a
to be
night
fair.
out on the town in Leeds. I assume alcohol's part of this. Are other recreational substances part of your night?
If you count prostitutes, yes.
Okay, Kevin?
Not for me, no.
Not for you, Danny. Okay, Kevin?
No, I'm married.
Okay.
So?
Well, yeah, but you can do drugs or something if you want.
You haven't been on the end of Lubertal's wrath. She knows more
Is she a
than
control freak?
is useful. It's yes, a little bit.
Okay, so Dale?
What she doesn't know won't hurt you.
Right, everyone spends about 100 credits on a night of partying. Dale, you have spent 200, but you've gained a conviction and also genital herpes. So,
Small price to pay.
Wow.
What can I say?
It's worth
I was itching for that.
I'll also, I want to give you an extra conviction for going along with the depression, because I think you played that quite well. So please have an extra conviction for that. So 2 conviction for you.
Oh.
Yeah, because you were, you role played being a person that was visiting Scunthorpe for this. I thought
really well.
Yeah.
Who, me?
Yes.
That wasn't
you were
bad.
the most depressed.
Just doing what any good,
really taking the piss
any
out of
good
Scunthorpe.
role player does. Draws on personal experience and uses it.
I did get as far as the town sign once. I immediately turned around.
Never been to Scunthorpe. And actually, the Leeds
you don't want
comment
to.
came from an episode of Mock the Week where it was the scenes we'd like to see at the end, and it was unlikely lines from a makeover show. And comedian Milton Jones said, if you'd like to improve your confidence and self-esteem, move to Leeds. Which,
To be fair, all of my family except me supports Leeds United.
Your grandfather supports Charlton.
Except my granddad, yes. But everybody else supports Leeds.
Why?
is that
I think I'm accidentally marrying a northerner.
I don't know why. I know my grand supports Charlton. He placed a bet, I think, and everyone said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna lose," but then in the end he won, so he then kept going with that. But in terms of Leeds, I have no fucking idea why they support Leeds, but they do.
I've just seen the comment by Danny there, referring to the herpes tango. I need to ask,
Aye.
is that the new flavour?
It's a song called "Herpes Tango" by Fascinating Aida, so you have to take it up with them.
I'm just thinking orange tango, pineapple tango, and the new flavour, herpes tango.
Okay, so whilst you're all extremely wasted, and Dale, Crystal is still in your room, just she's just getting the slop off her so she can get dressed again, and you get at that moment. You get a
I'm
phone
earning my
call.
conviction points. Damn it!
You get a phone call, and you answer, of course, because it's kind of an instinctive reaction, and it is, of course, Lord British. So you immediately ask the question: have you recovered a Lubersac yet?
Not as yet. We've had a few interesting avenues we've had to explore rather thoroughly.
Imminent.
Because I'm looking at a satellite photo of the mech station here, and it hasn't exploded or anything. So have you visited the mech division in Egypt at all, where she was last seen?
Vision.
Did we visit?
We didn't visit. No.
No.
Okay, so we're still intelligence gathering at the moment, Lord British.
Have you achieved any, actual work at all? And at that moment, Crystal says, "That'll be 100 credits, please." It's it was 50, but then you asked for oral and ejaculation, so that does go up to 100, sir.
That's not a problem. Yes, I am dealing with my business expenses at the moment, sir. It's rather. I'm dealing with my accountant. She's got a fair.
Also,
she's had a fair bit to get through.
Have you got a sink or a bucket I can put your jizz in?
These are all technical terms, Lord British. He's referring to some of the.
It's just that, I'm covered in your spunk.
HMRC is not what they have been. Oh.
What can I say? She's enjoying my plucky demeanour.
I see. And whereabouts are you now? Asked Lord British.
Somewhere south of Beaver. Yeah.
Do I add that to the conversation I just heard in the background and assume you were making a reference to anal sex?
No. We're currently in the. Well, I've currently been in the arse end of Leeds. But,
Leeds.
Leeds, yes.
And you expect to find a Lubersac in Leeds when she was captured by Comoros in Egypt.
I think he's got you.
We've been taking the scenic route.
It's just that I had confirmation from the hotel that you booked into my suite there.
Yes.
And you're telling me you're in Leeds.
Yes, we're just sorting our expenses out before returning to Egypt. Something came up with our account.
Something more important than me.
Oh, that was a mistake.
Well, I was always brought up to believe that taking care of myself allows me to take care of others. And right now, I'm old. You just stay with it. There might be another 100. Yes, I'm just dealing with some last-minute accounts here, Lord. I'm afraid I can't I can't stay on the phone just now. I'll let you know once we have a definitive plan of how we're going to get a Lubersac back. Thank you. Over and out.
So it's back to Egypt then.
Is it? I was just reminding you of another avenue you can go down, but you've also got the lead in Lubersac. It's up to you what direction you go in. I wasn't directing you, that's all I'm saying.
I will...
One of these things I've planned for, but...
Oh, crazy kiosk. 2 and 1.
Yeah, 8 for the price of 8 whenever you order any item while stock lasts.
While stocks last.
Staff discount does not apply. Sale price may be affected by local taxes.
Crazy kiosk.
Crazy Kiosk are now offering 4 for 2 and all 1 for 2 deals when you double up.
I need to get a Crazy Kiosk franchise.
I think we should leave our corporations and just set up a franchise of Crazy Kiosk. Clearly, there's money.
Okay, so you wake up in Leeds. Hangover is easily dealt with by a morning breakfast. Dale, you're going to have to make an appointment with the clinic at some point.
Yes, I'm itching for that appointment. I have a burning desire to see my doctor.
Crystal left a shit smear on the toilet because, of course, she did. She's from Leeds. This has resulted in you being late for breakfast because you had to shower.
I went down, and she kept going higher.
So there you are at breakfast. Dale turns up late, still tucking himself in, muttering something about sitting on shit.
What's wrong with Dale?
Here's the good news. I had a night of absolutely depraved debauchery last night. Here's the bad news. I had a night of depraved debauchery last night.
Again, so? Everybody does?
It's got its ups and it's got its downs.
What, have you ejaculated your seed into somebody?
Let's just say it was a bit more like an archery contest where there were several shots in various target zones.
Dale, it's a yes or a no answer. Did you get in the hole or not?
It's getting too much detail now for me.
Let's just say there were many holes to choose from, and I aimed for all of them.
But only one is fruitful?
That depends on your definition of fruitful.
Oh, for fuck's sake. What, have you ejaculated into some woman's ear or something?
Not last night.
Oh, God. Well, we have to get to France at some point, so do what you need to do.
Yeah, I'd make a quick appointment for a clinic for a shot.
Text your apology to whoever you fucked last night.
Okay.
I'm apologizing for nothing for what I did last night. She was paid handsomely, and she endured every minute of it.
Oh God.
Leeds has numerous walk-in clinics, but when you investigate them later, They all have queues.
Numerous.
Leeds, come on.
Oh dear, I know people will be very offended by that.
We've managed to offend so many people in these games. Why not? You know,
Dear me.
anyway. I will go to the desk and I will sort of press the urgent need of it. And I will remind myself that I'm actually pretty damn good
Okay, so
at talking my way out of shit like this.
so you go through the queue. You eventually get to the front and you speak to receptionist, and she doesn't even look at you. The first thing she does is she gives you a morning after pill and a glass of water before she even looks at you.
Wow. Technology
And
a long way.
and a pamphlet on using a condom with a free packet of condoms. And then she sees you and she goes, "Oh, something else."
Yes, I need to. I need an appointment now. I have a very important engagement I need to get to very quickly, so I need to see the doctor, get a shot,
Okay.
and get the.
Without role playing through too much detail of how your genital herpes are cleared up, because I don't particularly want to go there, but let's say this is the future, so it does involve a laser, and and about 45 minutes. So yeah, you emerge outside the clinic with
Hot stuff.
yeah, with all the people that were out clubbing in Leeds last night, basically. Or kind of going in and out of the clinic at around the same time.
I don't think I'll ever fear a laser gun again.
There's about 6 of them you snogged.
What, laser guns?
No, people coming in and out of the clinic in your night of debauchery. So,
Are you ready to go now?
I was born ready. I just had to take a small tour.
I think that's been the problem, hasn't it? You're born too ready.
No such thing, my friend, as too ready. Ready now.
okay. Plan going to France. Or just do it.
I think we should at least get some sort of plan in place.
Right, so I did get a call
Like,
from Lord
where is
British
this
last
place that
night.
we need to go? Oh, okay. What's he
He
say?
was rather pressing. Well, he was pressing his sort of immediate wish for our return to Egypt.
Which is his normal sort of thing, but okay.
I know. I mean, I did fob him off about needing. We were here to do our accounts, and we were being
But-
extremely thorough.
Why did you want us to go back to Egypt? We've got the dice.
Yeah, but it's Lord British.
Wait. Hold on. Is this
To do with
Lord
the
British or damsels in distress? Sorry, Dungeons and Damsels, whatever the fuck it's called. Lord British.
It sounded like Lord British.
Oh, okay. What? Why does he want us to go back to Egypt, though? What does he need?
That's a long fucking answer. I don't think we've got time for that.
But we should know at least what the fuck we're needing to acquire.
Just to remind you all, the mission is to reacquire a Lubersac.
Oh, okay, right. I completely forgot.
He wants the Lubertar found. Just the thing. He wants.
Okay, but the problem is that the only person who knows where she is this crazy Roman woman who got clinically depressed, and we
She
didn't
goes
know
to New
where
York
she
as
is
well.
now.
And she's in France.
Now you're a Comoros agent. Do you think you might get some inside info on where she is?
I'm sorry, I'm just reading. I'm reading the ticker tape at the bottom, and that's just creating more problems.
I didn't know why. I mean, I could try and look on the database for something if you really want.
Well, yeah. Now you're Comoros. Surely you've got access to that sort of information.
Aye, surely that would be the sensible option, but no, it's not that fucking simple, Kevin.
We've got to find a Lubertal.
Aye, because she's your wife. I'm surprised I'm more concerned about that than you. So what I do is I'll try and use the database from the car, because I imagine that's got more kind of leeway and
Can
stuff
you
in there.
make the traditional intelligence plus computers and AI rolls?
Yes.
Keep doing it, but add a -4 penalty each time, and tell me, and stop when you fail. Tell me how many successes you get.
Okay. 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 -4, yeah?
-4 additional penalty each time. So -8, -4, -8, -12.
Okay, so that's a fail. So 1 success, 1 fail.
Okay. So when you go onto your device and stuff, you see there's a new app installed called Comoros Agent Services.
Mm-hmm.
Handy.
Okay. I mean, does it give me any options or?
Oh, if you open the app, it comes up with requesting a chip scan.
Okay, I do a chip scan.
You do the chip scan into the Comoros app, and it says it kind of sort of errors like you're in because you're Comoros, but all of your data is kind of null, so it sort of works but sort of doesn't. But it seems to have a menu that gives you this sort of dashboard of different departments within Comoros that an agent might need to get hold of. So you've got human resources, you've got the legal team, you've got an accounting team, you've got a telepathic mentor section. Yours is null, so it doesn't work.
Yes, well.
You've got sexual harassment claims against you section, and there's a particularly good robe and sari tailors section for wherever you are in the world. There is a really crude GPS app, looks terrible and clunky, and then it's got a calculator built in, but it only goes up to 4 digits. Well, they are a broke company, so. Yeah. Oh, and it only has plus and minus.
Is there any way to attempt to search for Cunnilingus' whereabouts or Cunnilingula's?
So you can start going through the departments. So there's HR. You could try there maybe. So you go to HR, and there's a couple of options. There is a switchboard you can call as the first thing. There's a profile picture of the head of HR, which apparently has been the same person since this app was installed. first written
Mhm.
100 years ago. And it's got your Comoros HR contact is, and that section is nulled.
Hmm.
Well, perhaps Noel's a really nice person, if you can recall.
No does fucking nothing, okay?
Oh,
Okay, is there any way for me to get into... Well, even if it's HR, that would be Comoros HR, technically.
Yes.
Which
So you've
I
got a
don't...
switchboard contact.
Yeah. Whereas this Cunlingula could potentially be another corporation. She seems to be more Shiokiro or maybe even EI. So
She did have good telepathics.
she did, but she was also very good at being a ninja. But okay, I will see if I can get into the more restricted files of HR and see if there's any kind of,
The problem is there's no kind of files. It's just like a contact page. So there's a switchboard. The head of HR is, and then that information is clearly well out of date. And then there's your HR contact, which has got nulled. But you can see apparently the head of HR is called Mr. Nicely.
Mr. Nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, is there any way for me to hack into the private emails of HR?
The only things on this page of this app are a phone number and that those
I know.
people contact. But if you try to hack the Comoros mail server, that is a significant hack.
Yes.
So I would suggest that you do it with a sophisticated hacking rig.
Yes.
From a location that you can evacuate from in case they respond. And it's the kind of thing that will take you many hours of hacking to get through, because you're talking about hacking another corporation's email system, and that kind of stuff shouldn't come easy. So I'm not going to say no. I'm going to say if you're going to do it, then it's going to be an involved process.
Yeah, well, I've got advanced hacking software, so I'll try it.
So you're just going to try it from your PDA in Leeds?
Well, potentially from a place where I can't be traced, but
you're in Leeds.
I know, but maybe on top of a tower or something. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. Well, you can have a go. So this is going to take several hours of hacking. So you're sat on top of this building. Let's have your first roll. First roll will be just to see if you can basically get past their firewalls. This will be at -6, but the risk is low at this point.
Oh, -6?
Yeah.
That's a fail.
Major corporation firewalls. Okay. You spend about 4 hours on this, after which you feel like a complete noob.
Okay, well,
because you just haven't even got to the server. You haven't even found where the right servers are, and it's like, this shouldn't be that hard. They must be doing some kind of sophisticated data relay through some kind of proxied subnet.
Yeah.
A VPN sat link to some off-world location, maybe. Or maybe it's just not even a data connection. Maybe they're using some kind of light beam network protocol. You haven't a clue.
Apparently not. And I have no conviction.
Alas, no. Okay, what's the plan, guys?
Well, back to Egypt, I suppose.
Aye, but we have no idea where to fucking go.
you observe that there is a quadcopter in the sky above you.
You didn't alert anyone to your presence in the network, did you, Danny?
Obviously without intention.
We could
Maybe they know
just
where she is.
bring them down here. Bring them down here a minute.
Hello? Do you know where his missus is? I don't
Well,
think they
get
can
them
hear
down.
me.
No. Shall we just fucking go? I need some energy drink. I need to think.
Well, as long as you don't eat one of those disgusting sandwiches again from Crazy Kiosk.
Hey. When I look like a 15-year-old, I can eat what the fuck I want because I'm an adult.
Of course you
You
can.
keep telling yourself that.
I'm 24. Therefore,
Stone.
if I want to eat a fucking Crazy Kiosk greasy sandwich, I can.
Yeah.
And you fucking millennials, whatever you want to call yourself, you can't. You can't tell me.
Look,
Or
I am quite
Generation
happy
Z.
for you to eat to your heart's content. Quite happy.
Quadcopter is lumbering.
See, they want to tell us.
Let's go. Let's go and chat in the car.
Yes, let's
Well,
go
we can
before
ask
these
them.
hunger pangs kick in.
We can ask when they reach the ground.
I just tried to hack into a fucking restricted server. Of course they're getting fucking Come on.
Right, who's driving? Yes, let's go. Get in the car.
Oh, in the car. We're still a little closer to finding
Okay.
the tunnel.
So you get into this somewhat. It's just a rental car, isn't it? So it's like a little underpowered thing. You are indeed being pursued by a quadcopter, so it is relevant who is driving because we're going to do an extended slow motion chase sequence here. So yeah, let's have a drive roll, please. You have a speed and engine disadvantage, so I'm going to make it -4 to see if you can just get away. Doesn't mean you've failed if you fail this roll. It just means if you succeed this roll at -4, you'll just outpace this quadcopter.
Isn't it
Oh.
Dale driving?
I thought you were driving. Have you got the...
My ability to drive is only matched by my ability to crash.
I mean, I have 0 in drive, so...
Oh, 0 in drive. What do I have in drive? Just camera.
I have nothing in drive.
I have... Okay, this is going to be really good then, because I have 1 in
Yes,
drive.
it is.
Oh, well, I'm fucking
Okay.
driving then.
Congratulations.
We'll make this first roll reflexes based because this is about you trying to drive fast enough to just get away from it, and it is at -4.
Oof.
Well, it's not -6, so...
No, not even close.
Okay, so the quadcopter is able to easily keep up with you when the engine of your car starts sputtering. And at that moment, because you've just been sort of taking a few side streets trying to get trying to get away from it, you've ended up turning onto some cul-de-sac in Leeds. It looks like the Leeds equivalent of a middle-class neighbourhood, so, tenement blocks of flats. Sorry.
Broken Phil.
as
Don't
the-
break Phil.
I mean,
As-
you paint a pretty picture of Leeds, I must say.
As you come straight off the dual carriageway into this cul-de-sac, with the engine sputtering, and the car sort of grinds to a halt and sort of parks itself over the needle-based road because it's more needle than it is tarmac.
and all the while we've got Henry Mancini's theme from Peter Gunn playing in the background while we've got the helicopter chasing him.
Okay.
That is a reference to the video game Spy Hunter.
Just behind you, pulling in, by the way, which seems to be unrelated, there is an ice cream van playing Ride of the Valkyries.
Is it using the actual sound, or is it using an old-fashioned ice cream bell?
Yes, ice cream bell. Ride of the Valkyries.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. Someone's got to have that somewhere.
So a couple of barefooted children wearing dustbin liners emerge from the tenements, walk all over the needles to get across to the ice cream van. Meanwhile, the quadcopter is sort of just hovering above your car, maybe 50 meters, but it's lowering.
They don't seem that bothered with
it. And we're just
one of the children shoots the ice cream van man, the guy in the ice cream van, just so he can get extra scoop.
Does anyone want a lolly while we're here?
It's free now. The guy is dead, and you didn't do it.
Well, if you're going to get stuff, get me a 99.
99. Okay. Anything, Danny? Do you want anything?
Solero.
Solero. Okay. So I'll get out and I'll get us all ice creams.
Yep. The engine's still running, by the way, just so you know. It is fully functional. It's just a dead guy in the cabin.
Maybe we could use this as a vehicle.
The getaway vehicle. An ice cream van.
Aye. I mean, we could turn off the siren.
Well, I suppose we've got snacks, but
look, we've got
I like this plan. Let's do it.
We've got
Let's escape to the ice cream van. I like that idea.
Okay, we'll tough out the dead body and we'll reach ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, you chuck the dead body out. You try.
I think we should continue playing Ride of the Valkyries.
Well, I don't know much about Ride of the Valkyries, except I believe rumor has it that Hitler liked it.
But he's dead.
Aye, yeah, fair play.
No,
I don't think he was killed because he liked Ride of the Valkyries. So we should be okay.
But maybe he was.
Or maybe he's on the moon.
No, he flew back. There's a genetic reincarnation of him that attends the weekly trial of your previous agents.
And Steve wants a strawberry cornetto.
See, strawberry cornettos are okay, but Soleros are better.
I'd agree with that.
Right? No, we're doing this. This will go down in history as the ice cream war.
Okay. So you take the Mr. Whippy out of the cul-de-sac.
And the dead body as well.
Are you taking the dead body or are you leaving the dead body behind?
No.
Oh, we'll leave the dead body behind.
Well, let's put it in the high car.
Okay, you move him to the high car. And then you drive out in your Mr. Whippy ice cream van. Ride of the Valkyrie playing.
We need to do one thing first. Who's got a grenade?
I don't believe I have mine left.
I think I used mine. Must be yours.
Have I got any
Aye,
grenades?
you have
left?
one left.
Right. As we're leaving, I am going to take one of my grenades and I am going to roll it under our car.
Your hired car.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
It's going to blow up, and they're going to think we died in a freak accident.
That's my deposit gone. You
The
Aye.
quadcopter
We
is
can pay
just
them
above
back
the
in
ice
fucking
cream van, right?
Mars.
You might as well fucking throw it at the helicopter, let alone the fucking car.
Yeah, the quadcopters sort of assumedly can see everything you're doing.
Oh,
Like
well, in
it
that
knows
case,
you're in an ice cream van.
How low is the copter, out of interest?
It varies as you're moving. It starts going higher, but when you stopped just now when your car broke down, it was starting to come lower and lower.
I thought you said 50 feet at last count.
ding,
Yeah.
Kevin,
ding,
have you got a
ding,
sniper?
ding, 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 ding,
So as you get
ding,
back
ding,
onto the
ding,
dual
ding,
carriageway,
ding, 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 ding.
the first thing that happens is a pissed off lorry driver, a Luton van with the words Ashwood's Tea written on the side, toots his horn at you and swerves around you as you rejoin the dual carriageway, and gives you the finger as he goes past. He looks very sophisticated.
That's rude.
Fuck off, you
It's
fucking
not.
cock
It's not
wobble.
us he's upset at. It's all the kids that are going onto the dual carriageway behind us because they're still determined to get their Mr. Whippy. Ding,
Yeah,
ding,
actually,
ding,
you can see the next
ding,
cul-de-sac just coming up after the rise on the road. And as you get closer, you can see that there's about 8 kids lying in ambush waiting for the ice cream van to arrive. So they're obviously planning to kill him there as well to
Right,
get free ice
so-
cream.
We are going to floor this, and then you are going to shoot the little bastards.
Why? They haven't done
Because
anything.
because no one's getting a fucking free ice cream on my fucking truck.
These ice cream guys got a really rough
This
job.
is not your business deal. We've stolen this car.
Yes, but right now we're the ice cream guys, and nobody's getting a free ride.
No,
if you come up to this fucking can looking for a fucking freebie, give them a free bullet.
It's quite simple, right? If children come up towards the van, we simply drive off. We didn't need to kill them or shoot them or anything.
Like my plan better.
Up ahead, there is a roundabout, but the Ashwood's Tea van,
ding 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 ding,
assumedly because some letters have worn off, is matching speed with you because he's really angry.
Ding 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 ding
Oh
ding.
god, the Ride of the Valkyries was a definite mistake, wasn't it? So, what do you do in relation to this Ashwood's Tea van? So it literally, like, the D is worn off. There's no E and A on the end. It looks like proper clapped out. In fact, it is the one from the start of a completely different campaign we played. It's the same van. It's not your characters because they're on trial right now. But
That's an injustice we should correct.
Potentially.
All right, I have a very good idea.
I basically
not swerve into it.
No. I lay myself out the window and say, could I have a cup of tea, please? Hey, you're supposed to sell tea. You're not doing a fucking good job, are you?
and not to somebody dressed like you, sir, no.
Hey.
Can I have a cup of tea, please? I've got my suit on.
That, sir, is very, very prejudiced against the otherly clothed.
So, my question is, like, you're having this conversation by shouting it through, you know, as you're driving along side by side. So, could all of you make a presence plus drive roll?
All of us drive.
All of you, right? Even though you're not driving, even if you're not driving,
I made it! Fucking hell, I made it!
Just.
I made it by
Literally
one.
on the money.
Made it by one on the money.
Bang on the nose.
Bang on the nose. Okay. So, the person who beat it by most was beating it by 1. So, it is 10 meters before the roundabout that you notice it. The Ashwoods tea guy also is just doesn't see it at all. You see the roundabout just before him. It is
All done.
3 lanes of traffic.
3 cups of tea.
Easy. And you've got 10 meters to slow down in. Of course, on the roundabout at that moment of intersection is a giant big rig of Costa coffee. And with that,
Oh,
we will come back after this short break.
okay.
we seem to be missing Phil. He's obviously will be back on directly. So interesting. Well, I don't know about interesting, but
Oh,
hello. I was just reading interesting news there. There's going to be another licensed RPG. Another sort of well-known license is getting an RPG using the Cortex system that powers Firefly and the Firefly RPG and many others.
I thought you meant corporation.
No. And the new RPG, Masters of the Universe, the He-Man and She-Ra RPG. Yes, folks, it's coming.
What have we done with Phil? Where's he gone?
I don't know, he just suddenly dropped out.
Maybe the campaign just upset him that much.
So I was just saying to Jason there, they are releasing a Masters of the Universe RPG.
Is that the
He-Man and
Skeletor
She-Ra.
and He-Man? And yeah.
Using the Cortex RPG system.
Are you suggesting that I would enjoy such a system?
No, I just found it humorous, given that by the power of Grayskull. Yeah, I'm similar with you, Stephen.
Years of my life is still a part of hope. Exactly.
I find it humorous that the games to get licenses. Whereas whether one likes the book series or the film series or anything else that's come up around it, it has surprised me that there hasn't been a Harry Potter RPG. I've got a feeling that's down to J.K. Rowling not giving the license up, but
yeah, you probably find they couldn't pay enough money, and then now nobody will touch the IP.
I don't think they will now. No, I think she's gone from being McGonagall to bloody Umbridge. Yes, I thought the notion.
I mean, there was a new computer game coming out for Fantastic Beasts, and one of the advertising plus points was that J.K. Rowling had not been involved in the project at all. They literally put that in the marketing.
Wow. And yes, when you mentioned we were in a car and we were being chased by a helicopter overhead, all I could think of was a video game Spy Hunter.
Yeah, but it's a quadcopter and you're in an ice cream truck playing Ride of the Valkyries.
Which I found a music box version of it. I've put the link in the chat.
Internet has gone down for Phil. He's restarting his router. So we'll pass a little bit of time then. So you basically emerge out from Leeds and you're heading up on the motorway, but you can still see this quadcopter chasing you behind.
Mm-hmm.
And it follows you for quite a long time. And I don't know what your intended destination here is, whether you're going to go for the Lubersac France lead or whether you're going to try and welcome back, Phil. So I don't know whether you're going to go for Lubersac, in which case, head for Channel Tunnel, or if you're going to go for Egypt, in which case head for an airport, or it's a much longer drive. Not unreasonable to take the ice cream van all the way there. Would be useful once you get there. Nonetheless, would take a while. So, kind of which is it? Like, do you head down the motorway to the Channel Tunnel, or are you going to head to an airport or something else?
I want to go to an airport.
Because there aren't flights to France. The only way over to France is the tunnel, or to fly to one of the Western European countries and drive across from there.
Shall we just drive? But we can always unscrew the ice cream top if we need to.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
like
have a
that.
giant plastic ice cream on your roof or fiberglass.
I like that. When we get into a tunnel, we could always perhaps, when we get a minute, we could unscrew it, put a bazooka inside of it, and put it back on top.
I'm just thinking of height restrictions, nothing fancy.
Now I'm thinking fancy. I think we could have the ultimate 99 in there.
Oh, okay, but we're traveling on a ferry between borders.
And given that France can be a warm country, it's just as well we've got lots of nice, cool ice cream.
Yes.
And associated lollies.
Fucking fuck. Why do I do this with you guys?
Ding, ding, diddling, ding, ding, diddling, ding, ding, diddling.
Anyway, sorry, I completely forgot. We left on a cliffhanger, and you had 10 meters before you were going to basically crash into a Costa coffee lorry. Yes, let's go back to that. So, reflexes plus drive, please, driver.
That's you, Danny. Dale, sorry.
No, it's Dale, not me.
Dale, yeah.
Made up of 5.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, you realise it's far too late to break in this ice cream van. But if you floor it, you can get round just in front of the Costa lorry, and you sort of swerve around. There's a bit of counter steering. The ice cream, sort of plastic tubs of ice cream and toppings and stuff bounce around in the back, and you weave your way into 3 lanes of traffic. The Ashwoods tea van, Luton lorry, crashes into the side of the Costa Coffee big rig, and there is a huge explosion behind you, and the coffee on board the Costa Coffee big rig, because it's been sort of overheated, which is kind of typical for Costa Coffee, it kind of crems up on top as it spills out everywhere across this junction, sending cars spinning. It's like a tidal wave of coffee that several cars are sort of swept away in. One of the victims, her name was Emma Thompson. She was 23 years old. She would have a concussion that would lead to brain damage, which is a bit unfortunate, because if it wasn't for that incident, she was likely to win the Nobel Peace Prize, because she was going to be the person that would finally make France re-inhabitable. But unfortunately, due to the brain damage, she never achieves that in her life, which does unfortunately mean that her 3 children also die of starvation in about a week's time. Anyway, that was one of the victims. But moving on from that, because there were 83 who died, and we don't have time for them all.
I just want to salute the possibly unintended use of Emma Thompson when talking about that roundabout. I thought that was the perfect person. For those who don't know, Emma Thompson's father was the guy who was Derek Thompson, who did the English translations for the Magic Roundabout and wrote all the books.
Ah.
So, yes, from that moment, you then get onto the motorway and you're kind of heading at the moment in a southerly direction. Actually, I think you have to go kind of at a funny angle before you can go south. But anyway, so, yeah.
Campaign.
Sorry? You're going south whole campaign. Fair. So, yeah, so are you going to take the Eurotunnel, which is kind of like the way you drive to France in 2500 apparently, or are you going to fly to Egypt and just try and go directly for Louvertar with the leads, any leads you can find out there?
I'm
Or are you
going
gonna-
to push for Egypt.
So I think Danny was going Lubersac. So Dale, you're kind of getting the deciding vote.
As I missed last session, what was the importance of Lubersac?
Okay, so what's been happening is a Louvertar has led little clues hidden inside Monopoly tokens in various rude-sounding place names. Well, the first one wasn't rude; it was just a nearby thing in Egypt. But from there, you went to Scunthorpe. There was a brief diversion in Penistone. Turned out that was wrong. So you went to Scunthorpe, and now the clue is saying go to Lubersac. This is the trail for Neil Arthur Tep's penis.
But not to get
Neil Arthur Tep's penis is wanted by Mistress Cunniligula, and she is the person who is torturing a Louvertar.
So if we get this clue or whatever in Lubersac, we're a tad closer to getting a Louvertar.
Yeah.
If we
I thought the clues were for the penis, not for a Louvertar.
The clues are for the penis, not for Louvertar. But if you get to the penis first, you might be able to trade it for a Louvertar. Whereas if this woman gets the penis before you do, she then has no need of a Louvertar.
I think we should enjoy that well-known French dish, cocoa ice cream van.
Okay, we should probably go after the penis then.
Oh, if only this was Twitch and you could clip that statement so it's out of context.
Well, I guess we should go after the penis theme.
Three grown men hunting a penis.
Aye.
I'm an adult. Okay, so
Grinders, new original content.
It's late that day after Two Little Chefs when you get to the south of France. Sorry, the south of France. The south of England, and get yourself into the Channel Tunnel. The whole time, this quadcopter has always been buzzing around somewhere in the distance. You've not managed to shake it. And you finally head into the Channel. And whilst in there, the trains stopped running years ago because there's no longer any reason to go to France. You just have to drive through it. And not all of the drainage stuff works. So, like, there are bits of this tunnel that are actually quite deep in water. And there are times when the water is high enough that it actually seeps into the bottom of the ice cream van.
Nice.
So
This is all rain for us.
At this point, I'm hoping we can actually look more ominous by the fact that we're in a tunnel and we're playing that fucking music.
You're still playing it?
Yes. I'm hoping it will echo and bounce about, and people will be going, "What the fuck is that?" And we'll get through.
Nobody can hear us, Dale.
Ding 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 ding.
Open the doors.
The only
Get the
people who can hear
water
us is us.
I'm just trying to remember. The tunnel kind of goes somewhere between Dover and Folkestone, doesn't it? Is that where
Yeah.
it starts and then it comes out of Calais, doesn't it?
No,
Hmm.
it goes,
Yeah,
it goes
it's
from Dover to
technically
Calais.
Yeah.
Sorry? Sorry, darling?
Dover to Calais.
Yeah, but it's kind of west of Dover, isn't it? It's sort of more Folkestone way for the channel, I think.
If it's the same as the regular train thing, then I suppose.
Yeah. So anyway, I should have asked actually just before you leave. So when you get to sort of Folkestone, Dover area, which is probably one city now, so do you want to do any shopping or gear up before you go to France?
Perhaps we could stop and buy some shields.
Grenades.
Crazy Kiosk special offer, 8 for the price of 8 whenever you order 2 lots of 4 in any item while stock lasts. Stock discount does not apply. Sale price may be affected by local taxes. Offers cannot be used with other offers from Crazy Kiosk, including the purchase of goods. Okay.
What?
Including the purchase of goods.
Yes. It is.
You can't use
Honestly,
offer to purchase goods.
It's so hard to use special offer in Eurasian Incorporated Territory. They have such lawyers. They make us put small print into every announcement.
But we can't use a discount to buy goods.
No, it's not legal. Eurasian Incorporated. So offer does not apply with the purchase of goods.
Oh, 3 field shields, please.
Field shields? Yes, we can do field shields. We can do 3 for the price of 3. Can't do anything else because you're Asian Incorporated lawyers.
Do you have any sniper rifles?
Yes, we have many sniper rifle, but hang on, I'm still getting the field shield out of the stores here. It's only a small kiosk, everything very tightly packed.
I'm just wondering.
I can't remember where the field shields are. They're in one of these boxes here somewhere. It's a very small kiosk. So field shields are 1,000 credit each. They have 20 hit point. They'll be chargeable anywhere where there's power. You go in France, no power in France. You'll need power pack.
Oh. No power at all.
Country got blown up by nuclear missiles. You want radiation scanner?
Might be worth it, actually, Kevin.
That might be worth it.
Okay. I got 1950s vintage styled Geiger counter. Only 50 credit. And he gets out one that is genuinely from the 1950s. It's quite heavy.
Is it style or is it actual? But does it work?
Yeah, it works. Look, he turns it on. It goes click, click, click. He points at you. It goes click, 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 click. See, it works.
How radioactive is Dale?
How radioactive is Dale?
Yeah, just.
I would say I was about as radioactive as the next guy.
I did hear that right. Okay.
You want wrapped?
I might have been slightly more radioactive this morning before I went to the doctor, but I'm more in health now.
I want 3 shields. I'll give a shield to everybody.
You want radiation tablets just in case?
How much are radiation tablets?
I don't know. Looking them up. Radiation poisoning still on page 13 of this book here.
Are the radiation tablets on special offer?
Can't do special offer. Eurasian Incorporated lawyers. These are from Two Snakes Medical, Eurasian Incorporated subsidiary.
What if you've got a coupon code?
Coupon codes cannot be used with the purchase of goods in Eurasian Incorporated Territory. Okay, so I don't actually know. So I give you small pills here. I give you a box of 20. Anyone with moderate or more exposure should... Oh, I found the cost.
You're real stingy compared to in Egypt.
So You really should go to anti-radiation clinic and undergo a full course of treatment that takes several days. I give you a pill to help. It will only help. It won't cure radiation. You go to clinic. It's there next to the STD clinic with the long queue of people. So I do a box of 20 pills for 500 credits. To Snake Medical, very reliable pill. It will help.
Reliable.
Eurasian Incorporated Medical, best in the world.
Best in the
I'm-
world.
I'm obliged to say that by Eurasian Incorporated lawyers.
I'm going to buy some stuff.
And don't forget, Crazy Kiosk is now offering 4 for 2 on all 1 for 2 deals when you double up. Cannot be used with any other offers from Crazy Kiosk, including the purchase of goods. Staff discount does not apply. Sale price may be affected by local taxes.
Hey, I asked you how much a sniper rifle is.
Oh, sniper rifle. Yes, we have many sniper rifle. Just looking for it now. I think it's in the book next to my bed. That's a problem. Find a different one. Maybe one in here.
Oh god.
Oh, balls. It is next to my bed. That's the wrong place for a roebuck when person asked for it. Sorry, price catalog. Wonder if there's one in here. So, sniper rifle, V12 Cobra gas action semi-automatic sniper rifle, 2d6 plus 1 damage, 3,500 credit, long range, rate 2, EMPS 15. This is a semi-automatic sniper rifle. If you aim with this weapon, you gain double the normal bonus, plus 4 per round to a maximum of plus 12, breaks down into an attaché case and takes smart ammunition.
Did you say double damage?
No. Double the aim bonus. Every time you aim, you get double bonus.
Oh, well, yes.
Also, could go to rate 2.
Is that the only one you've got?
Breaks down into attaché. Well, unless you want to get me booked next to my bed. I have catalogue.
No. Is that the only one in your catalogue?
It's the only one in the catalogue I got in front of me, but I
Okay.
can get you others. It's just too fucking hot to walk upstairs right now.
Right. 3,500 credits, yes?
3,500 credits.
Okay, I'll take it.
It's a V12 Cobra gas action semi-automatic sniper rifle. Pays 37 of main rulebook. You were saying, Dale? Sorry, you were saying, Dale.
I am going to buy 20 kits of armor piercing rounds.
Armor piercing rounds. What
Page
is this?
45 in the main rule book.
Put 44.
Armor
Armor piercing clip. Okay, so that goes in kinetic weapon.
Yeah. Ignores 2 points of AV.
Ooh.
Same
that
number
was-
of shots as a standard smart clip, so I'm going to buy 20 of them.
Okay.
That'll be 4,000.
Yeah.
What's the number to go for the sniper rifle, sorry?
The weapon for sniper rifle is smart clip ammunition. Can use with these armor piercing rounds or a standard smart clip.
Yeah, what was the damage?
Of the
2d6?
No.
Well, for armor piercing,
No. For sniper rifle, it is 2d6 plus 1. Rate 2.
Rate 2, okay.
Yeah, but it is tactical skill.
Yeah, I know. It's a sniper rifle, I know.
EMPS is 15.
15, okay, it's not any mean, okay.
Yeah, and your aim bonus is plus 4 per turn to a max of plus 12.
Okay. Good.
Anybody else want to
nice.
buy special offer
Yeah.
products that cannot be sold at discount due to legal reasons thanks to your raised incorporated lawyers? No more sales? But how will I feed my wife and 8 children?
Hey, you didn't guilt trip us the last umpteenth times.
I've never seen you member before in my life. What are you talking about?
Just bought 3 shields off of you.
Yes, but
I
high prices. I live in Eurasian Incorporated Territory, so all my expenses are much higher.
Join the club.
I fucking bought a sniper rifle off you. What more do you want?
More sales. You buy coffee? I have Costa coffee. Real shortage of this up north today.
What's going wrong up north?
Oh, big coffee accident. Half of Leeds got boiled coffee.
Oh God.
83
That must be
dead.
quite shocking for Costa.
It's
the first time that many people drank Costa coffee at once.
Who would do such a thing?
Okay, so after gearing up, you head through the tunnel. We already dealt with the narration of that. And you emerge in Calais. The air smells different.
Garlicky.
Radiation at the moment sounds the same. But Calais itself is deserted. You arrive at the passport control gate.
There's a passport control gate?
Do we have a Geiger counter?
Yes.
I'm going to see if I can weave it around so I can get the Geiger counter to start clicking right of the Valkyries by moving the sensor around. Click, 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 click.
There's no such
Can
thing
you
as
make me a presence plus arts and culture roll, please?
Me?
Yes.
If I make this, by the way, if I make this will be a major feat.
Okay.
Yeah.
The rest of you, after 8 hours of Ride of the Valkyrie, this idiot starts trying to do it on the Geiger counter. Though, as I think Phil said, they're not actually called Geiger counters, are they?
Oh.
But
there's no such thing as a Geiger.
Yeah, well, anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's the name they're stuck with.
Yeah, basically.
You invented it.
Stuff that up your Hoover. So,
trademark.
So, but yeah, at this point, you're only picking up background radiation. But yeah, there's this empty, abandoned passport control building. The colours on it are faded. Paperwork's right there, though, including a stamp. Stamp.
We've got to do it ourselves.
And just for the just to ensure that we don't get marked down for mentioning one particular brand name, we would just like to say that other things that suck are available.
Well,
I will sign in and stamp the paperwork.
Okay.
But I will ask it. Say, what happened to all the French people?
Who are you asking?
Just generally, just asking the other two. Does anyone know what happened to the French people? We're stamping this paperwork. We're really gone.
I'm sure I read somewhere about a strike.
No, it got to.
It might have been a bowling alley thing, but
I thought that there was a massive asteroid that came down and just wiped it all out.
But why do we have to do the stampy thing then? We arrived.
Because this is corporation.
because we are slaves to bureaucracy.
Aye. You have to know where we are at all times.
And other French words.
But the stampy thing doesn't tell anyone where they are.
Well, they tell them where we've been.
And I'll just do a few. I'll go.
That's quite a good rhythm, that.
Wasn't bad. You are at this point. It's fair to say
Jungle drum.
you're actually getting quite late into the day, so you're all actually fairly tired. In fairness, so yeah, you kind of emerge out through the sort of network of roads, and the concrete here is starting to crumble away because like when you like first arrive in Calais, it's kind of like a spaghetti junction type thing as it sorts out the traffic into all the different directions and stuff like that. And it used to be all major roads and things. But of course, it's been deserted a very long time. So, grass is starting to grow through the tarmac, the concrete's cracking or breaking away because the rebar inside has rusted. And as you kind of emerge into the town of Calais itself, it is derelict. And it's not like there aren't dead people in the streets or anything like that here. This has been sort of cleared out at some point, obviously, because people from Britain can easily come over and loot. So, it's long since been picked clean. But it's not. It's not like dangerous apocalypse looking. It's kind of this closed down and shut down a long time ago looking. So there really isn't that much you can do in Calais at all. So, you head out onto the road, presumably the A26, shortest way to Lubersac, and, start driving down the French motorway. And it's kind of strange because you see these symbols down the side of the road, different shaped and coloured symbols, just randomly placed every 100 meters. And then you keep having to sort of stop and for toll booths that are empty of people. And then you get to, it's about the 5th toll booth down when you see that there's actually the remains of a person that was clearly on the outskirts of a nuclear explosion when they died. And they were obviously working in a toll booth, but they died in the explosion, like they were close enough to be killed by the radiation. But obviously not from the initial shock blast, and they're kind of still bits of their tattered uniform remains, and they're very much rigor mortis set in. It kind of looks really, really great. This was hundreds, 100 odd years ago, so they're like mostly skeleton, but there's just bits that kind of show that this was really a human more than a skeleton. It wasn't just something in a science class. And as you kind of drive up to the toll booth, and the barrier doesn't open, and you've been pressing the button yourself and all these, but this time it's like, well, there's a corpse in the way. But the Geiger counter doesn't register anything.
Okay, I'll get out with the Geiger and I will check the body, and if it's clear, I will try and move it.
Okay, it is indeed clear, but as you move it, it just kind of crumbles and collapses on the floor, and the dust explosion kind of covers the lower half of your body, so your suit kind of gets dirty in the dust of this person.
Not my suit.
Ashes to ashes. Dust to dust.
You're not a religious man, are you, Dale?
No, I was just quoting David Bowie.
Oh, okay. I will carry on then.
Just floor the van. Give me a screwball.
So you drive really for quite a long time, and the further you drive, the more traces of people who died in nuclear explosions you see, and the more sort of this is post-apocalypse the landscape begins to look. Mm-hmm. And after a couple of hours, you have to change motorway, and you're sort of following the motorway at the moment toward Paris. And
just to say, by this point, I have turned the bell off. Okay.
By this point.
After you've been on that motorway for a little more narrow. And again, you still see these signs every 100 meters down the motorway. It's like triangle, square, square, triangle, and then they change colors every time. And then occasionally you'll get shaped ones that are irregular and stuff. It's just quite random. You've not seen that before. Anyway, as you're crossing a river, or the motorway is crossing a river, so there's like a bit of a bridge. You kind of sort of look over the river, and it's kind of, I suppose you'd describe it, it's not kind of one big river. It is a water course type thing. You know, there's like islands and stuff in amongst it, and the you see the first bit of life that you've seen. There is a wolf down, fair way down outside, like it's sniper range, but like, you know, it's a fair way. You'd have to get in the scopes to see it, but you kind of see it. And the reason you spot it is because it's got loads of piercings, and the piercings glint in the sun, and you kind of notice them. Kind of, it catches all of your eyes because it does that whole thing where like the watch face into the eye type thing off of these piercings in the wolf's face. And so, you know, you sort of park up and sort of have a look and say, what the hell was that? And it turns out to be this heavily pierced wolf. It also has tattoos down the length of its body.
I think I'll watch it through my scope, but just see what it does rather than try and shoot it.
Sure, you watch it. It is it's kind of just milling around, but it's in a field of sort of long grass in places, and well, long grass in places, but shorter grass in other places. Like it's had some grazing on. But the wolf itself is kind of nearer the riverbank. It's obviously just had a drink, and it's just kind of milling around the grass area. But it has all these piercings.
Yeah, where are all these piercings exactly? Are they all just on its head or further down?
All over its head area, some on its paws and lower legs.
Is it some sort of pet, do you think?
Did
you
your
do that to
missus
your
ever
pet?
have piercings?
I didn't think anything was alive in France after the. I thought it was all abandoned and everything was dead.
Is it possible that maybe things didn't die so much as mutate? Maybe
It's
we're looking at
radiation.
maybe we're looking at some punk rocker that just really let himself go.
Aye. Be interesting to see if its pack is nearby.
As you're kind of looking at it through the scope of your sniper rifle, you realise that you see it kind of turn and look your way, and it's obviously seen you. It just kind of looks at you casually,
Okay.
and then it turns away. So it's kind of
Yeah.
known you were there, but it starts walking, not towards you or particularly away from you. It's kind of more, but in the same direction you would be heading, but kind of sort of laterally.
It doesn't seem that bothered.
No.
Possibly because we're maybe not in his immediate area. Maybe he's got a territory thing going on.
Maybe.
Which, by the way, doesn't rule out the punk rocker thing. At all.
Do you take any other action, or are you going to just resume your journey?
What? Oh, should we follow it or?
I've got a great idea. Let's play the Sex Pistols and see if it reacts.
Why?
Because if it's a punk rocker of any description, it's going to react to the Sex Pistols.
When you try to get on your PDA to find Sex Pistols, you cannot get a connection.
But
Oh,
we're in 2500 AD. Come on.
Some songs are timeless.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying how on earth can they relate to something as old as the Sex Pistols?
Because some songs are timeless.
perhaps you should
But
try.
can I find it?
We can't get it anyway. We've got no connection, so
Hmm.
unless you want to start singing, Dale.
Was on the good ship Venus. Just seemed the obvious one to go for.
So what's the plan, guys?
Carry on.
I would say carry on, but I would definitely keep an eye on.
It's heading over.
See we can keep track of that wolf, because where there's one, there's probably a pack, and where there's a pack,
A pack could be a problem. Yeah. Yeah, true. Pack could be a problem.
Okay.
It's really, I mean, it really comes down to the question: do I floor it and try and pass
Well,
through this as quickly as possible, or do we take it slow and steady?
the reality is you're going to be needing fuel soon. However, you see that there is a service station only a few miles away as a sign for it.
Yeah, I've seen this fucking film.
I suppose no one in it, I suppose.
Almost certainly not, but there might well be fuel still there because, like, people died. But if you've driven quite a long way into France now.
Yeah, right. When we go for the fuel, you just check everywhere, make sure the hills don't have eyes.
Okay, so you
I've
cautious.
not seen the film. I have seen the trailers for both the remake and the original, and neither of them look tempting.
So you cautiously proceed on. Of course, even sort of not going quickly, you still go faster than the wolf, so you soon leave it behind. However, you have been dodging a bit of traffic all the way down, but now as you're sort of heading toward Paris, okay, sweetie?
Yes,
Water. Now as you're heading toward Paris, there's more sort of abandoned cars and cars that had people in that were eviscerated and so forth, and like none of these things have windows. Sorry, when I
Abandoned traffic.
Yeah, not traffic driving on the roads, but abandoned vehicles. I mean, quite often they're off the side of the road, so where they've been blown off the road and stuff like that. But in some cases they're still on the road, or they were blinded by the flash and then crashed. Things like that. So it's definitely an apocalyptic landscape. So yeah, you proceed forward, and you cautiously drive through, and you're having to weave through a little bit of traffic, or parked traffic as it were, at this point. And then you start pulling into the service station. It's actually the Aire de Maurepas, and it's not a particularly large service station. It's just past the River Somme that you've recently crossed, and it's more of a truck stop than anything else. But that's okay, because you're in an ice cream van and it takes diesel.
I think you should pull over go straight to the pumps and get this done as soon as possible.
So yeah, there's a little fuel stop, there's a little toilet block and shower block, interestingly enough. but that's kind of it. There isn't like shops or anything at this particular services.
We're living off ice cream at the moment.
Yeah.
What I suggest is I stay behind the wheel. Danny covers with the rifle and keeps an eye on things with a scope. Kevin, you fill up.
Okay.
The minute that thing goes to full, you jump in here. We drive the fuck up.
The only thing I'm worried about is if things get sticky, you fuck off and leave me and Danny here.
I would never do that. I would never do that to you, Danny. Maybe, but not to you.
I have full confidence in our glorious leader.
As you pull into the petrol station, you notice, although there's no lights on or anything like that, and there's no glass in the petrol station window, but as you pull into the petrol station, there is actually somebody sat behind the register who moves. This is the first time you've seen somebody move. And as you kind of look into the dim darkness, because it's not, the lights aren't on, you're not entirely, it doesn't look like that shape is human. And as you look a little longer, you realize that there's a wolf there behind the cash register.
Told you, punk rockers.
You don't necessarily see them working in petrol stations, do you?
I
might have been the only job we could have gone on a budget.
We'll fill up anyway. Fill up first and worry about it later.
Okay, as you then fill up the diesel, the wolf kind of slowly and casually kind of steps over the broken window, glass long since gone, and kind of like essentially steps over the wall and comes out onto the forecourt, and you see it for the first time. And it has...
Is it on all fours?
Yes.
Okay.
But it has tattoos up the side in the same way as the previous ones, and it's kind of like, now you can see it closer, it's not so much tattoos as spiral burn patterns. If you imagine Celtic symbols burn into the side of the tattoo, inside of the wolf, so that no hair grows at those points where the burns are. It's moving very slowly. It's not aggressively. It's kind of like a casual saunter. And it then says, "Can I get you anything else with your fuel? We've got some M&Ms."
Did you just talk?
Yes.
Just talked. I'll say.
You're in my petrol station.
But
yeah, we'll have some M&Ms. Do you have any cola or a little part?
Would you like an ice cream?
I'll trade you M&Ms for an ice cream as long as it's not contaminated.
Fresh from
fresh. What kind of ice cream would you like?
I've never had it.
You don't. You're missing.
Let's keep it basic then. Where's the vanilla?
Get my tub.
Okay. The wolf happily bounces back into the petrol station, comes back with a bag of M&Ms in its mouth, and sort of puts it down on the ground. I'm going to have to charge you for the fuel, but yes, we can exchange treats.
Try this a minute, and we'll slide a tub of ice cream over to him.
Okay. It starts licking away at the ice cream, and then it gets brain freeze.
Quick, go! Yeah, you want to be careful with that. Just not too fast.
We're not seriously going to try.
Oh, my head!
We're seriously not going to try and floor it here while he's got brain freeze. Or he's got brain freeze.
No, just be careful. Don't eat it too fast. It is very cold.
Yeah. Slow licks.
Okay, that's an experience. Okay, well, this is mine now. It cocks its leg and pees on the ice cream tub.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
And then it drags the tub away and puts it on top of the counter, basically. And then just says,
You do know he's going to try and sell that to the next sap that comes along.
don't forget to, so just come over and pay when, you're ready.
Okay. Well, do you accept the card?
What?
Chip?
Cash.
Cash. What kind of cash?
Francs.
Francs. We don't have any francs. We have a Danny and a Dale and a Kevin, but no francs, I'm afraid.
French francs is a currency, and you're saying you have none of them. Is that correct?
We have credit cards.
Yes, we can get you as many francs as you want.
Okay, I think at this point, for the food trade was good, the fuel trade was not good. So I think the right thing for me to do is to call the Queen of France. And the wolf howls. We will continue this next week.
The Queen of France.
I've got a feeling that was a bit of a howler.
Perhaps we should give us a minute.
You're muted.
You're
Dave.
still muted.
You were doing drumming earlier. We haven't heard you since.
Oh, really?
I was going to say that we're not going to see the Queen of France this session. Then
It was an accidental lie. I didn't know. I added some stuff earlier on. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I like it. It's build up.
Yes.
It's built up good.
So I hope you've had a good session. I hope you've also read The Last Ticker.
Yes, Eurasian Incorporated agents.
Eurasian Incorporated spotted in France are not part of Joan of Arc Reenactment Society.
Claims
Joan of Arc Reenactment Society.
in a desperate bid for publicity.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. And with that, I shall end the broadcast here. Thank you for sticking with us, Steve. Hope you're enjoying it too. We will see you on Monday for Masks of Neil Arthur Tep. So until then, God, it's so, words. Okay.
Yeah,
Good night, Steve.
catch you later, guy.